Welcome to Block 4. This is all about your actual budget. Now, before we get too far into Block 4, it's important that we jump back to Block 2 and we go to box number 20 to see what it was that our monthly net was going to be. For me, for my teaching career, I had $2,825. I'm going to take that number and write it right here, 2,825. You can see it says from page 6, step 20. Okay, the first thing we need to decide is when you're 25 years old, what do you think you want to do? Do you want to rent a place or do you want to own it? The benefits of renting a place, whether it's a house or apartment, is that you have the freedom to just stop. Usually you can do maybe a month-to-month or even a 6-month contract. But either way, it gives you the freedom to just kind of stop living there and move somewhere else. And that is a pretty big bonus. The other bonus of renting is you don't have to pay for anything if it breaks. Whoever owns the place is responsible for that. So that's another bonus if the fridge breaks or if there's a leak under the sink. That's not going to be something you're going to have to take care of. The con of renting, or the not so good thing, is that you do lose money. All of your rent goes to the person who owns the place and you don't get to keep any of it. Now, for owning a house, the pro there is that a portion of the money that you pay goes toward your mortgage, and ultimately you get to keep some of that money in that mortgage payment so that when you do sell the house, you can pull that money out. In addition, if your house goes up in value, you can also make money there. So that's kind of the perks of owning. The catch with owning, whether it's a house, a condo, or a townhome, is that if something does break, then you are going to have to fix it for the most part. So keep that in mind in your decision. And I'll talk about what it's going to look like to do both. We're just going to start for renting for this one. So let's go ahead and take a look. So the website I want you to use for this portion is the website Zillow. Here's the website pulled up. You can pretty easily bop between renting and selling up here. So if we're starting off and I want to rent, I can click there and it should pull up places for rent. Apartments for rent. Oh, it looks like it wants you to kind of specifically click on where it is you're supposed to go. Okay, and these are the available places to rent. You can also set the price, but you can just kind of browse around and see how much everything costs. So if I'm looking at this place, you probably want to get an idea how much your total net is. If I have like close to $3,000, usually you want to spend about a third on your rent. So I'm probably wanting to find a place that's a little bit closer to $1,000 a month. So this is a fun part where you can just kind of start zooming around and browsing. So let's just say, let me find a place that looks like it's pretty good. A 1-bedroom for $1,000. Ooh, I like this. Nice kitchen, nice appliances. See if I can see some other pictures of the actual apartment. A lot of these pictures are like of the clubhouse and things like that. Okay, here we go. Kind of get an idea for the feel of it and the size. Just bop through some pictures. You know what? I think I'll just go ahead and take it. So once you find a place you like, you can come up here, write down the address, which it's right here. So I'm going to write that down right now. So it's going to be 9052 Vance Street. That is going to be in Colorado, and the city is Westminster. And they charge $1,028 a month. So I'm going to write that down right here, $1,028. And I'm good to go. Now, if you'd like to buy a place, I'm going to show you one trick I want you to do. So if you're going to buy a home for sale in Westminster, you can kind of look at the how much it costs total. So let's just say I really like this place that costs $279,000, and you click on it. When you click on the place that you're going to buy, let's see if I can get it to come up. It's going to give you an estimate for your mortgage, or it should. Let's hope so. There it is. So once I scroll down, see here it says monthly cost estimate. You can get an idea how much you would have to pay a month that you can put there. Now keep in mind, a lot of times you are going to have to put some money down, so that's something we're not taking into account for this budget, but it'll kind of give you a ballpark of how much it would cost. So please use this number, the monthly estimate, if you're planning on buying a house. All right, so anyways, moving right along. Here is my net that I'm starting with. That's how much it costs. I'm going to bring this right down here, my 1,028. I'm going to jump to my calculator over here, and I'm going to do 2,825 minus 1,028. And that equals 1,797 that I have left over. Okay, so we've got our rent taken care of. Now for utilities, if you want to ask your family and get an idea what exactly your utilities could be, that's great. I just went ahead and put these kind of rough estimates in. You can use these numbers too if you want. But if you look here, if I take out 30 for water, 50 for energy, 20 bucks for trash, 65 for cable internet, and 60 for cell phone, and add it all up, that's what I get right there, 225. I'm going to take my box 23 right there, 1,797. I'm going to subtract it, minus 225, and that equals 1,572. Okay, now when I turn the page, the last thing I did want to say is if you plan on living in the city limits of Denver, you can put 0 here because trash is taken care of if you live in Denver city limits. All right, next up. For my food, you can again ask your family or get a feel. I just put this in an example. I said I would spend about $300 a month on groceries. I thought for fast food that I would go out about 4 times a month at $10 a pop, so I put 40. In restaurants, I figured I'd go to a restaurant twice a month, $20 a pop. That's 40. I add it all up, it's 380. So now I'm going to calculate again. I've got 1,572 minus 380. Going to do that calculation right now, minus 380, and it equals 1,192. Okay. Clothing and household items. So as you can see here, my monthly budget for clothes, I just took how much I spend in a year and divided it by 12 to get a monthly number, and I did that for all these. So I figured I'd spend around 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there, 10 bucks here, and 5 bucks here for 55 total. Again, I'm going to take my number from box 27, 1,192. That was from right there. This number right here is the 55, and I'm going to subtract it. Minus 55 equals 1,137. Okay, at this point, I'm going to move on to transportation. What kind of car am I going to have here? If you already own a car outright, then really the only thing you would need to add here would be maybe your cost of fuel. Maybe I think I'm going to spend about 40 bucks a month on fuel. And estimated cost for repairs and services, you should probably also maybe do about 40 bucks a month here. That should kind of get you close to any repairs that come up. And then you would simply add those two to get your number here. Now, if you don't have a car, this is the fun part where we can go to websites like AutoNation or Carfax, and we can actually search for a used car. So from here, I'd be able to search whatever car I'd like. Maybe I want a... what do I want? BMW, maybe? I don't even care what kind of BMW I get. 80030. I'm going to search up and see what kind of BMWs are out there. Looks like there's $905 worth of results. And I'm going to adjust the amount of money I pay. If it lets me do a filter, I'm going to bring this price down real quick. More like in the $10,000 ballpark. Ooh, here we go. I got a 2011 BMW. The price is $7,431. You can either use this monthly estimate if you'd like to, or you can take the 7,431 and divide it by 60. Either one will get you a monthly payment. But let's just say I take this 123. I'm going to add that as my monthly payment. And I'm going to add this up. So what is 123? Back to my calculator. Ooh, I like that it's blue. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to my calculator. Got my monthly cost. It's 123 plus 40 plus 40 equals 203. So that's going to be the total cost of my vehicle. And it was a BMW. Let's see here. I think it was a 2011. The price is 7,431. And the miles per gallon, it looks like it gets 30 miles per gallon. All right. The one other thing I'll say here is if you do want to save some money, don't forget you could do public transportation. And the price for that to get a monthly pass would maybe be $40 total. So don't forget that's an option too. All right. So now I'm going to take my 1,137 minus my 203, and I'm going to total it up. So here we go. So I've got 1,137 minus 203 equals 934. Notice that the amount of money after my expenses is really starting to shrink the amount of money I have. So now I'm going to move on to the last section. This is the for fun spending section. I said in a year I would probably spend about $120 on video games. So when I divided that by 12, it equaled $10 on, let's say I got 2 PS4 games. So that's where that $10 come from. Pets, to pay for my dog's dog food every month, that's like $30 to pay for Captain Ron's food. Concerts and plays, I think I'm gonna go to at least one concert a year, so I put $40 there. And I did want to do a vacation to Yellowstone. Now the total price for that, I looked it up and did some research, is $1,200. But if you divide that by 12, since it's for the whole year, it got me down to $100 here. So if I total all these up, it equals 180. So now I have 1,001. Oh, I'm sorry. I have 934 minus the 180. Minus 180 equals 754. All right, so I still got a chunk of change. We still need to take some money out of that for our insurance in the final section, but that's looking pretty good. Hopefully this helped, and don't forget to use your numbers for whatever it looks like for you. Take care. Okay, bye.